What is the street parking vault? What started as the Monday retest workout turned into the weekly vault workout. The vault is a 1 workout a week for 25 weeks series with new workouts each year.
Now the goal of the street parking vault is to help you guys build consistency by completing all 25 vault workouts within a 6-month period.
You can customize the movements in these workouts and choose any variation that fits your abilities.
Your scores and weights do not matter.
The goal is to maintain consistency from week to week.
Remember, you just
Can't.
Miss.
Welcome to Mjolnir. I'm going to be doing program C today, which is 5 rounds of 7 cows on the bike, 15 front squats, 12 front rack lunges, and 7 cows on the bike, resting for 2 minutes in between each round. Nelson is going to be doing program A today with a 100-meter run and using the 40-pound dumbbells. Make sure to stick around after the workout for tips, and for the full description and demos and customization options, head on over to my.streetparking.com.
Nelson almost had a false start there.
For sure, and we are off with Mjolnir.
Mjolnir.
I like
Mjolnir.
Yeah,
Say
it's
that
a word.
5 times fast.
No.
Okay.
All right, so Carolina did a pretty good job of reviewing the workout, but just in case you need a little review, what is Mjolnir?
Mjolnir is 5 rounds, starting off with a 7 cow bike for Carolina in particular. Men would bike 10 cows, or if you're doing the running version, a 100-meter run.
Okay.
Followed by 15 weighted squats, so whether it's dumbbells, barbell, or sandbag. Then 12 front rack lunges, and then another sprint, whether it's run, bike, row.
Yes.
And then they're gonna rest for 2 minutes before the next round.
Yeah, and if you are doing this workout, just remember, like Alex just said, it's a sprint. Whether that's on the bike, the rower, you're running, whatever you're doing, you are going all out on that sprint portion there.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how the second sprint goes in each round.
I'm predicting slightly slower than the first sprint.
Slower, definitely more uncomfortable. There's a lot of time under tension here. They actually were talking about whether or not they would drop their weights moving from the squats into the lunges.
Yeah.
And both agreed not to, obviously. Just to lessen the burden of having to pick the weight back up from the floor.
Yeah, I feel you.
But that does not bode well for that second cardio element.
Carolina is on her second cardio element here. Nelson is on his way back. I don't know if I would call that a sprint, but he is running. And here he comes. Let's see. So his first section, just under 2 at 1 minute 57. Carolina is pushing that last sprint here. Let's see where she finishes. At
Nice.
2:06, we'll say. So now they both get 2 minutes of rest. I don't know. Based on that push right there and the looks on their faces, this one's gonna be interesting.
It's gonna be, I like to call it spicy.
Spicy.
Yeah.
Muy caliente.
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna chat with Carolina real quick.
Okay.
Sally. All right, Carolina, how did that first round go for you?
Well, I didn't die, so that's good. Yeah, it was okay.
Okay, I know that you're not a huge fan of sprints on a bike or a run, whatever the case may be. How was that portion?
It was tough. It was tough to go to that and want to pick up the barbell. So, but
How do you think you're going to do in maintaining those splits, basically, of that first round? You think you're going to be able to stick there?
Be able to keep doing unbroken on those. So maybe I'll do like 12 squats, and then the rest of the squats are going to be lunges. We'll see. I'm going to try to avoid doing that as long as I can, but that might have to happen.
Right on, right on. All right, we'll see you next time.
All right, Nelson is gearing up for his second round.
He came in just under 2 minutes at 1:57, so here in 10 seconds he will be off and sprinting again. I think Salvi's chasing him on this one. Let's see who's going to win the race down and back. And they're off. All right, let's see. Salvi is next to Nelson. Nelson, I'm still going to call that a jog. I'm still going to call that a jog. I don't know if that Nelson's sprinting. Look at that.
Look at those loose hands.
Loose hands.
Well, he's not a terrible
loose
thing.
Loose hands are good. Loose
Loose hands are good.
Running. Yeah, those are great. Those are great.
And
he picked it up a bit on the way back. Okay. And then, Carolina is in here going for it. That bike is whipping her hair back and forth.
It sure is. So, one of the things, I know we love to see a rest in a workout.
I love a rest.
When I see a longer rest,
it really makes me nervous because basically what you're looking at, guys, is almost a 1-to-1 work to rest ratio. Obviously, if their rounds start taking a little bit longer, that's gonna that ratio is gonna be
math, Alex.
well, you know, that's about 2 minutes of work, 2 minutes of rest.
Yeah.
Which means, yeah, like you said, like this is full send from the start, and that's so uncomfortable. Like I'd much rather just kind of like leisurely make my way through 5 rounds, no rest in between. Oh, but that rest just lets you really push it.
It's just that, you have no excuses now.
Exactly.
Like, you just rested for 2 minutes, so you better hit it hard. And also, while you're in the middle of the workout, you can't slow down because it's like, I'm about to have a 2-minute rest.
Exactly. Yeah, and when it comes to choosing your weight, I think that's definitely needs to be taken into consideration. It shouldn't be so heavy that you're having to break up squats multiple times. Shouldn't be so heavy you're breaking up the lunges multiple times. I mean, these guys, like I mentioned earlier, chose to even keep the weight at their shoulders and go straight from the squats to the lunges.
That's a lot.
It is a lot. And, I mean, they both just finished at 2 minutes. So, and that's just 30 seconds shy of the slow end of the goal round. Yeah. So I think if you broke at all, you can only afford for one break between the squats and the lunges.
Yeah.
Because otherwise there really just is no time, especially considering those 2 minutes rest will be nice, but I do still think you'll be fatigued, and I think your rounds are going to slow down as you go.
It's not like you're fully catching your breath in that 2 minute time period because you pushed so hard during the round itself.
Exactly. So yeah, the 2 minute rest will allow for you to continue pushing, but it's definitely, don't be too discouraged if you see that your rounds are falling off. That just means that you are indeed sending it.
Yeah, 100%. Carolina is on the tail end of this second round here. Again, you see her really pushing that bike.
Very nice.
I asked her what her strategy was going into this before the workout. She said her strategy is to not die. And so far, so good.
So
really
far,
nailing
so
that
good.
strategy. She does say that she struggles with sprints in a workout in general. So she was hoping that it doesn't really put her over the edge on this workout. But she is mentally just hanging on to that rest period, knowing it will end eventually.
It sure will. One thing I want to mention, guys, if in your first or second round, it takes you, 220 to 230 or worse, longer.
Yeah.
Definitely need to rethink one or more movements.
Okay.
Because again, you're destined to get slower. You're gonna just keep creeping out beyond that goal time, and we're really trying to keep you guys working hard during your work period.
Yeah.
So whether that means going lighter, maybe reducing the reps, very slightly. Maybe it's 12 and 9 instead of 15 and 12, you know?
Yeah.
But something that will allow for you to keep the intensity up.
I don't know if you guys just saw. Nelson gave a little wave on his way out the door. He's still smiling. I don't know. We might need to make Nelson push it a bit harder. Anyway, so here we are. We are in the middle of Mjolnir. Let's talk about Mjolnir, Alex.
Let's.
First of all, it's spelled with an M and a J, and it's Mjolnir, but don't go by the spelling. It is not Mjolnir.
I mean, unless you want it to be.
Contrary to popular belief, it's Mjolnir. Also, so I think this is one of probably the more well-known
Yeah.
names or vault names for this year. So tell
Yeah.
us a little bit, what is Mjolnir for those who don't know?
So Mjolnir, for the layman to Norse mythology, is Thor's hammer.
It's remarkable.
His remarkable
Yes.
hammer. It was forged by the dwarf brothers Brokk and Eitri.
Eitri, yes.
Eitri, yes. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, co-host. Yeah, and it's just, I mean, it. You can tell me maybe a little bit more about what he does with his hammer.
Mjolnir, oh my God. Mjolnir is dope, okay? Mjolnir can expand or shrink to any size, right?
Wow.
It will hit any object
Nice.
it's thrown at. Like if you say, yo, I'm going to throw this hammer at that garbage can,
Yeah.
it'll hit it no matter what.
Regardless
Like,
of
can't
your
miss.
hand-eye coordination.
Yeah, exactly. It
Wow.
cannot miss.
Wow.
Also, no matter where it goes, it will always return. You can't lose Mjolnir.
Ooh,
Like you throw
like a
it,
boomerang.
Basically, it's amazing, and it
Yeah.
can't be broken. So, just like this workout will not break Carolina and
That's
Nelson,
right. That's right.
Mjolnir cannot be broken no matter what it hits.
Although they might be feeling like they got beat by a hammer after this
100%.
workout.
Also, a great conclusion.
And if there's any connection to Mjolnir and the structure and rep scheme of this workout, it's pretty much just that.
Yes.
It's just like laying the hammer down.
Exactly. It's gonna just you're gonna have to keep hammering away. You're gonna keep feeling like you got hit by a hammer.
Mm-hmm.
But like we said, it will not beat you. You will not break. You will get through this. It will be all right.
That's right. And it looks like Carolina just broke her weighted movements for the first time. She has a couple more front squats left to do. I wonder, oh, here she goes right back into the
There it
lunges.
is.
So we'll see. Maybe, hopefully she can hang in there until she gets all 12 of those done.
Yeah. Let me ask you, Alex.
What's up?
What version do you think you are going to try to tackle with Mjolnir?
You know, I think in solidarity, I will do the same version that Carolina is doing.
Oh my.
I know, the
Oh
bike.
my. Bike and lunge are my least favorite.
Oh, absolutely. Well, and squats. I mean, I know you're
Yes.
solid at squats, but
super solid
but-
squats. I'm like the earth. I'm so grounded.
but I mean, yeah, with all those pairings, I just woof. This is a quad burner for sure.
100%. I cannot tell you enough how much I hate going from a bike into a lunge. So much so that, I don't know, something like a year ago, I did a bike and then a lunge workout, and I said to myself, if you don't learn your stinking lesson now, you never are going to. And I made a conscious choice, no more bike and lunge. It's a bunch of BS.
That's interesting. Some people might say do more of that.
Some people, not
Some
this
people.
one. Not this one. No, no, no. My quads and my knees said, look. We're getting up there in age. You're going to have to choose your life choices
That's
better.
fair. That's fair.
I mean, honestly, I can do a little bit, but like, I'm not a sprint workout. For sure not a
No.
sprint workout. I can't roll like that.
So one thing, another reason why, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love a hard sprint, a hard running sprint.
Yeah.
But speaking of getting older, whatever, I have some pretty janky knees.
Janky.
And, a nice leisurely stroll out on the road won't kill me, but man, those sprints really wreck my knees.
Yeah.
If that's true for you too, and you do not own a piece of cardio equipment like a bike or a rower, I think a great alternative would be a 30-second max effort mountain climber.
Ooh,
I know.
Super yuck.
Yeah, but I
Double
think
yuck.
the only, maybe not the only way, but that would be a really good equivalent to the effort that we're putting out with the run, the bike, the row. And 30 seconds is about what we're looking for that 100 meters or 10 or 7 cals. Other options would be jumping rope, so double unders, single unders, or some hopovers.
Right on.
Yeah, so just some options in case you can't run for space, weather, injury reasons, and don't own a piece of equipment.
I mean, that totally makes sense. But I have to be honest. 30 seconds of mountain climbers sounds
Doesn't it sound rough?
dreadful.
But
even.
doesn't a bike sprint or a run sound rough too? I
Yeah,
mean, we're
well,
just looking for
I think-
looking for continuity.
Continuity, yes. No, they all sound rough. I think, honestly, if it was between doing I told myself I would never do it again, sprint on the bike into a lunge, or doing mountain climbers into a run, I think I'd hit the bike.
Wow.
Yes.
Dang. Well,
Yes.
I guess that speaks, for those of you who think, oh, man, I can't really, I got to do mountain climbers, maybe you don't feel so bad. Like, sounds like you're going to get a pretty rough workout. Great workout.
Body weight, stuff like that, like high intensity body weight things. People underestimate it a lot.
Yeah.
But holy moly, it'll burn for sure. Speaking of burning for sure, Nelson said before, and he's like, lunges, no thank you after those squats. So right now he is unhappy.
Unhappy.
Oh,
and a break. Wow. I think this is his first break in his 4th round.
Okay.
You'll notice too, they both are performing reverse lunges, and I'd say across the street parking headquarters staff, that's probably the preferred variation of the lunge. 100%. But just so you guys know, if you prefer a forward lunge, that's perfectly fine.
A walking lunge.
A walking lunge is great if you have the space for it.
Switch it up, do it like a little bit.
Absolutely, yeah. You could do reverse one round, forward the next, whatever floats your boat.
Whatever floats your particular boat.
Yep. Whatever swings your hammer.
Oh my.
Right?
That sounds.
Throws your hammer.
Oh.
I don't know.
Moving
on.
Moving right along.
Another option, guys, if let's say you have bad knees and lunges, or especially especially weighted lunges after squats, sprinting. If it's just all too much and you just want to customize one thing, weighted step-ups are a great option.
Heck yeah.
In place of those lunges.
Okay.
For squats. Not quite as many options. Of course, the usual customizations. You could squat to a target.
Yeah.
But yeah, for those, it's mostly just reducing your weight, gritting your teeth, and just getting the job done,
Getting through it, looking forward to that 2-minute rest, just knowing you need to hang on a little bit longer and you're going to get there.
Yeah. Let's real quick before this wraps up. Let's talk about shift.
Yes, let us do that.
What is shift, Nicole?
Shift is a 12-minute AMRAP, so that's as many rounds and reps as possible in 12 minutes of 30 seconds of continuous movement. So all of those things you mentioned earlier count. 12 goblet squats, and you can use a kettlebell, a dumbbell, whatever you might have. And
or even a pair of lighter dumbbells at your shoulders. That works too.
Yeah. And then 10 alternating unweighted lunges.
Good job, Carolina.
Your score is going to be your total rounds and reps, and you're looking to get somewhere between 5 to 7+ rounds.
Yeah, so you can see, because sometimes people will ask or wonder how they might transition or kind of merge shift with program A, let's say, and start like transitioning.
A little combo platter.
Yeah, so like one way with shift you could do that is instead of doing unweighted lunges, keep that weight at your chest from the squats.
Yeah.
And do those lunges weighted. That's a good way to kind of. Yes. Yeah. Nelson asked if he was allowed to hold the dumbbell kind of resting on the back of his shoulder with his hand kind of cradling the front dumbbell head.
To see if he can hold it like that. He did a quick judge check.
Yeah, in his 5th round.
Honestly, you guys know, here at Street Parking, unless we're very specific about how we want you to do something, you can switch it up, and even if we are very specific, that's what we're hoping for, but if you can't get that done, it is always okay to customize. Anyway, back to what you were saying.
#fitness freedom.
#fitness freedom. Back to what you were saying about doing a combination platter between like shift and A.
Yeah, but I mean that's just the thing. Maybe we take some of the loading from A and apply it to the shift rep scheme.
Yeah.
Or maybe you do program A, but you decide to do goblet squats and unweighted lunges, but pair it with those sprints, right? So
100%.
So just some different options for those of you who maybe are looking to spice up your shift or even tone down your program A, maybe.
Spice up your shift.
Yeah.
I like some spicy shift,
Yeah.
I like it. Time to get shifty.
Another thing, guys, we do not have a sandbag version since Program C is dedicated to the bike row.
But wait, can I use a sandbag?
Absolutely, you can.
Goodness.
In fact, I think that'd be a great piece of equipment to use for this workout. Same thing, front rack. You would do basically what you did with a barbell, so front squats and front rack lunges.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
I love a sandbag. I know I say it almost every time.
Yeah, almost.
But I have a very solid love affair with my sandbag.
Man, Nelly is really doing everything he can to keep those dumbbells at his shoulders right now.
He does not want to let go of those.
No.
He does not want to pick them back up.
I imagine that was maybe an unexpected or deceiving element to this is literally like your shoulders will burn simply from holding that weight there.
100%.
Dumbbells especially, I think with the bar you have a little bit more freedom. You know, you can kind of like squeak those hands out under. But yeah, keeping those shoulders elevated in that way, woof.
Yeah, woof, woof.
Indeed.
For sure. Indeed, woof.
Last thing, guys, definitely with the dumbbells, but more specifically with the front rack piece of equipment, the barbell, the sandbag. It's going to put a lot of strain on your core, on your trunk, abdomen. One really excellent resource that we have on our members-only website, so that's different from My.Street Parking. That's spmembersonly.com. Under warm-ups is our functional progression.
Nice. Nelson coming
Well
in
done,
hot.
Nelson.
Fastest sprint of the day.
Finish strong, and Carolina is starting off her last round strong. We are almost wrapping up. But yeah, guys, that functional progression for sure. I saw Carolina warming up for this workout with those, as she does most of her workouts.
Yes.
You'll see things like dead bugs and shin box flow to lunge, bear holds, bear crawls, various things to just fire up the abdomen and all the surrounding structures, those deep pelvic floor muscles.
Deep pelvic floor.
Yeah, and just help you stay strong throughout this workout.
All right, so I'm looking at Nelson's rounds right here. It looks like they went 157, 201, maybe a 230. You know what? His writing started to get a little wonky at the end there. But there's a lot of stuff happening on that board. But we'll just say he did a great job. All right, here's Carolina. She is in the middle of her last round.
And here
Guys,
we
this is
can
a mental
see,
game.
we can see like what we were discussing earlier. This workout might start off, you're feeling great, but the lactic acid is just building up.
100%.
The pH balance is really acidic right now in those legs.
pH balance is not of Kangen water quality right now. This is some seriousness. But she's got this. It's going to take a moment.
Yeah.
Compose herself.
Almost there.
Pull it together. I don't think she wants to pick up the bar more than this last time.
Yeah, I think she'll dig in and wrap up those lunges here.
Yeah, Nelson was saying earlier about this workout, he's like, did they just think to themselves, how can we make you not walk after this? And that's a question I would like to pose to you. You were involved in the making of several of these workouts, right?
Yes,
was that the goal with this one, or what the heck?
This one, I have to admit, guys, is a blame Julian. So,
that makes sense.
Yeah, it sure does. It sure
Julian
does.
loves to let people lose the ability to ambulate. Here we go. This is going to be the last sprint, the best sprint. I feel like there's going to be a push here because then it is all over. Now remember, Carolina legit hates a bike sprint. Hates a bike sprint, but you still see her here digging in, pushing hard, trying to just get this done and over with so she can say, goodbye, Mjolnir. You can't drop the hammer on me.
That's right.
I'm going to drop the hammer on you.
That's right. Get the hammer out of here, Thor.
Out of here.
Look at her go. Oh, man. I love to see it. I love to see it.
It's burning, and there it is, 22-19.
Nice.
Crushed it.
Excellent.
Absolutely crushed it. Like Mjolnir's hammer, indestructible.
Indestructible.
So what do you think going into this workout, now that you've seen it, what would you say for pacing? Do you have any last minute advice after you've seen this workout completed by these two here?
Yeah, I think breaking between the squats and the lunges from the get-go is probably a smart move. Yeah. I don't think that it'll affect your ability to push. I think some people kind of get into the habit of thinking like, oh, well, if I don't send it or if I don't absolutely gas myself on the first round, like, did I actually try?
Yeah.
And my thing is...
Pace, but go fast.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
like, I mean, can you hold back just a touch, but hold on the whole time?
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think they did the workout wonderfully. I'm not no way criticizing their strategy, but I think for me, breaking just briefly, nothing long, but between the squats and lunges, setting my waist down, shaking it out, getting them right back up to the shoulders, and then trying to only do that the whole time, right? Don't break any more than that. That could be a good strategy for you guys.
Let's see if they agree. Let's see what Carolina has to say about this workout, what tips she might have for us on Mjolnir.
Oh man. Yeah, it's so hard, but you do have those 2 minutes. So like be smart about the 2 minutes. Don't chug a bunch of water. Like try to take some deep breaths. Try to just relax, shake out your legs. Be strategic about any breaks that you're taking with putting the bar or the dumbbells down, because man, losing the momentum and having to pick them back up really takes up a lot of time that you don't have. And like I couldn't afford to because I wasn't able to maintain the sprint pace, so it just kind of ate up a bunch of extra time I didn't really have, but it is what it is. Yeah, it's a good one. Yeah, read the coach's notes. Follow the instructions. Otherwise you'll regret it.
Welcome to week 11 of the 2022 Vault. Today we are tackling Mjolnir. Today's Program B workout is 5 rounds of a 100-meter run, 15 barbell front rack squats, 12 barbell front rack lunges, and a 100-meter run. Rest for 2 minutes in between each round. There are 2 scores for this workout. The first score is your slowest round, and the second is your fastest round. And the goal for this workout is between 2 and 2.5 minutes. In order to meet the goal time for this workout of 2 to 2.5 minutes, you'll need to complete each one of those runs in under 30 seconds. So this means run fast every time. You'll have that 2-minute window in between your rounds to catch your break after that sprint effort. Now for your squats and your lunges, you'll really want to work on maintaining a good position, even add in a little bit of extra mobility work so that you can keep your chest nice and upright and use the strength and power of your legs. Choose a load that allows you to complete each one of those movements unbroken or without needing to put the weight down, or at least without needing to stop for too long. For all of the detailed demos of these movements, as well as customization options to make this workout work for you, head on over to my.streetparking.com. Welcome to week 11 of the 2022 Vault. Today we are tackling Mjolnir. Today's shift workout is a 12-minute AMRAP. That's as many rounds and reps as possible of 30 seconds of continuous movement, 12 goblet squats, and 10 alternating unweighted lunges. Your score for this workout is the total number of rounds completed plus any additional reps, and the goal is between 5 and 7 rounds. In order to stay within the goal range of at least 5 to 7 rounds for this workout, choose a load for your goblet squats or a customization of the goblet squat and lunges that allows you to complete each one of those movements unbroken or without needing to stop for at least the first 4 to 6 minutes of this workout. Now, you may choose to break those reps up a little bit earlier with the intention of making it just a very short break so that you can move more consistently throughout the entire workout. But in your warm-up, it should be something that you could do the first few rounds of, at least unbroken. Now, for your continuous movement, make sure that you're choosing a pace that is uncomfortable and that you can complete the entire 30 seconds of. Make sure you're also reading the additional notes and description for more information on how you're going to be scoring this workout. For all of the detailed demos of these movements, as well as customization options to make this workout work for you, head on over to my.streetparking.com.